Hi, welcome to AllCBTs. My name is David, and in this particular video, we have listed for you the 60 top curated list from previous years for the Scholastic Assessment Test, popularly known as SAT. So, simply put, if you are able to master the 60 questions on the writing and language section, okay, you should be able to do well in any test and probably as you inch closer to your perfect score of 1600. So make sure you are subscribed to this channel and you can check the playlist. This link is in the description. You can check the playlist using it to master other English videos that we've made. You can also use our app to test yourself, on some of these questions as you perfect them in readiness for your test. Now let's get into it. Now we have question 1. The park rangers, along with several volunteers, walking to restore the trails. Okay, the park rangers, along with several volunteers, what should be? What's the preposition that should be? Are walking to restore the trails. Why? Because park rangers, volunteers, those are a number of people. So that's in the plural form. So what you have here should be have. The park rangers, along with several volunteers, are working to restore the trails. Question 2. Neither the director nor the actors attending the rehearsal today. Neither the director nor the actors attending the rehearsal today. Now this is a subject-verb question. Now in a subject-verb question, the verb would always agree with the subject. Now, or the closer subject to it. Now, the closer subject to whatever should be here is actors, and actors is in the plural form. So, whatever would be here, that's your verb here, or the conjoining word here has to be in plural form. So, neither the director nor the actors, because actors is in plural form. What you have here should be in plural form. It will be her from the list of options here. Neither the director nor the actors are attending the rehearsals today. Neither means not one, okay? None of them. Alright, so the option is option B. Question 3. The museum would display paintings by Rembrandt, Van Gogh, Picasso. Now let's look at the option. And also, as well as, and, plus also. Now, and is simple and fits into the statements perfectly. So the museum will display paintings by Rembrandt, Van Gogh, and Picasso. That is simple. Question 4. The committee issued its final report, which many useful recommendations. The committee issued its final report, which many useful recommendations. You have include, is including, we're including. The correct option would be includes, okay, because it's a present tense continuous. So includes, that means it gathers a lot of useful recommendations. So the correct would be option would be A, includes. And then question 5. The students finished the test more quickly anyone had expected. The students finished the test more quickly. Is it then, than, as, rather than? The simple option here would be than, because you are trying to compare between two things. So the student finished the test more quickly than anyone had expected. Than. And then question 6. To cook pasta, some call it pasta, but the correct pronunciation is pasta. To cook pasta properly, the chef must boil the water first and then dash the pasta or pasta, and that will be hard. It won't be hard or hardened or hardened. No, the simple, straightforward connector there will be hard. To cook pasta properly or pasta, the chef must boil the water first and then hard the taster. Question 7. Okay. Question 7. If the weather dash better tomorrow, the team will play the match. If the weather dash better tomorrow, the team will play the match. Now let's see the options. If the weather will be better tomorrow, the team will play the match. If the weather is better tomorrow, the team will play the match. If the weather would be better, if the weather will be better tomorrow, if the weather has been better tomorrow. Now, a trick in answering multi-choice questions is always to remove the the two most obvious incorrect option, leaving you with the one you are likely to choose and another option, right? So you remove from the options of 4 the two more illogical options, so that you'll be able to narrow down to the two likely correct answers. So if the weather dash better tomorrow, the team will play the match. It definitely won't be has been, or definitely won't be would be. So it's between A and B. Now to keep the sentence simple, okay, look at my explanation. I said if clauses about the future, use present tense. So if the weather is better tomorrow, the team will play the match. So this is an if clause talking about it's a conditional statement. So if it works, this will happen. So we use is for conditional statements, adding the if clause. That's like the rule. Question 8. Now, the house located on a hilltop provided a spectacular view of the valley dash below. Okay, the house located on a hilltop provides a spectacular view of the valley spread below. Okay, so the house is on top of the hilltop. You can just imagine it. So you are standing on the hilltop. You are looking at the spread. Okay, below the valley. So not spreads. Some persons will make a mistake and say spreads. No, it's actually there's no S, there's no plural. So spread below. And then question number 9. The mayor who dashed office in 2010 is running for re-election. The mayor, this has happened in time past, so it's in the past. So what is it going to be? Took. Who took office? Okay, in 2010 is running for re-election, not tooks for taking. So took is logical and correct answer because it happened far back in 2010. Then question 10. My friends enjoy hiking, swimming, and dash during the summer. Now, this kind of question is called a parallel question. Parallel question is a question that has, the same tone all through the sentence, or the same or alike nouns, verbs, adjectives in use, in play, all through the sentence. So, my friends enjoy hiking, swimming, and dash during the summer. You can see hiking, swimming. What should be here? What should be in the gap from this option? Definitely biking. Wait, because it follows the same format. Hiking, swimming, and biking. You will not say to bike or to biking. No. So biking fits properly. You can see parallel structure, hiking, swimming, biking. It means using the same grammatical pattern when listing ideas, like I explained before. So biking fits properly here, as a parallel structure statement or sentence. And then question 11. The researchers are studying the effects of the new drug that has shown promising results. The researchers are studying the effects of the new drug that has shown promising results. So if you are to follow the trick I gave you to answering MCQs, you want to eliminate the two most logical, which will be it and those. They are the most illogical in this video. So leaving you with which and that will be the correct option A. Let me see if I made a brief. Okay, I didn't make any brief explanation. So the researchers are studying the effect of the new drug that has shown promising results. Question 12. The university offers many extracurricular activities, including debate, theater, and dash clubs. Okay, this is also a parallel structure kind of a sentence. Now, debate, theater, and what? It's not going to be scientific or sciences because we are following the same line of words. So we are going to say science clubs. Okay, not scientific or sciences, to science clubs. So science fits in there and is the correct option. Question 13. The sculpture, originally created in 1885, restored in 2005. The sculpture originally created in 1885, is it were, is, or has? Remember, the sculpture is one, okay, one piece of art. So was restored, okay, and that's option A. Question 14. During the meeting, the manager proposed several new policies that many employees supported. Now, when it comes to policies, okay, we use which. When it comes to policies, when you're talking about policies, I made a brief explanation and let me see what I said for you. Referring to okay, referring to policies, use which. So when we're talking about policies, we use which. So let's look at the statement again. During the meeting, the manager proposed several new policies which many employees supported. Now, if you were to choose, it will be between which and what else. Nothing else actually can fit in there because it can not be two more rules. These are used for a humanized cases. Okay, and policy is not a human being as it were. Then, question 15. To reduce the company's environmental impact, the engineers recommended using energy efficient lighting and installing dash windows. To reduce the company's environmental impact, the engineers recommended using energy efficient lighting and installing dash windows. Insulated windows, definitely. Insulated windows. Just look at the theme of the sentence. You know, many of the time, you don't even have to have an idea of the answer. You don't have to have a perfect score, okay? Because it's just 1% of candidates who sit for the SAT exam that comes out with a perfect score. Okay? So you don't have to have a perfect score. You don't have to know the answer out loud or outright. But when you read the sentence or the question, you can sometimes deduce that okay, this definitely won't work or this is wrong. Even if you don't know you don't have the full scope or the full idea, you can at least have a little here, a little there, and come up with narrow down your answer based on that little idea you have. So, and installing insulated, not insulate, insulated windows. All right. Now, question 16. Because the rain had stopped, the players returned to the field. What would be here? To resume. To resume. Not to resume. That's like a past, in the past tense. Not to resume it, because that's going to be in the future. To resume, fix properly. Not return to the field, resume the match. Is incorrect. Something is missing. So return to the field to resume the match. That's B. Option B. And question 17. The chef created a signature dish that combines bold flavors with that presentation. The chef created a signature dish that combines bold flavors with elegant presentation and elegant presentation. Elegance, elegantly is neither of these two, first of all. So, and elegant because this prefix gives elegance, gives life to the word elegance in the sentence. Okay, it's the pre-article gives the adjective, a more definite meaning, gives it color. Okay, so the chef created a signature dish that combines bold flavors with an elegant presentation. Now, if you are liking this, why not hit the subscribe button and leave a comment in the comment box letting us know what you think about this. If I've answered any of them, or if I'm answering any of the questions incorrectly, or you have a better idea, why not? Let's share in the comment section and then we can reason together. Question 18. If the movie had started on time, we dash miss the opening scene. We would miss the opening scene. Right. So that's correct. Unreal past situation. When you say if, it's a past, it's an unreal, something that did not happen or something that could have happened, should have, could have. Yeah. Question 19. The committee members were divided on the issue that favored the new policy. The committee members were divided on the issue. Some of them favored the new policy. This one is a straight one. Okay. Some of them favored the new policies. Okay. Question 20. She applied for several internships, but that of the companies responded. We have either, each, both, none. None means not one. So she applied for several internships, but not one of the companies responded. So none. Alright. 21. The artist known for her vibrant murals dash inspiration from nature. Okay. Because the artist is a painter that is working, that continue to produce probably a painting, artwork, whatever. That means she's doing an action that would always, that is ongoing and that will be happening in the future. Okay, it's even a future continuous sense. So the artist known for her vibrant mural draws, okay, a future continuous tense. She will still draw in the future. So draw inspiration from nature. It won't be draw because it's not a one-time thing. Or drew. Okay, we don't have to be a drawn. No. Drawn would be like the one-time thing that happened in the past. But draws, meaning that she is always speaking something from her environment and featuring them into her artwork. So subject is singular, verb must be drawn. This is also another rule. Okay, this is the subject, it's singular. So the verb must be in plural, draw. Okay, now moving forward. Question 22. The engineers designed the bridge to withstand earthquakes. Dash the region is prone to seismic activity. What is seismic activity? That's just like natural disasters, activities like earthquake, volcanoes, harmful natural activities. So there are some regions that are prone to that. So the engineers designed the bridge to withstand earthquakes because that's the reason. So this part of the sentence answers the first part of the sentence because the region is prone to seismic activity. Right? Correct. Now question 23. The student forgot to include a bibliography dash cost invaluable points. Which, what's a bibliography? Is that reference that is always done at the end of an article or a paper or a research work. There must be bibliography. You must give reference and citations. So the student forgot to include a bibliography which cost him valuable points, which is the correct option right there. And then question 24. Neither of the options dash acceptable to the panel. Now, neither means what? Not one. Okay. None of them. So none of the options is acceptable to the panel. So neither is singular. It talks about one thing. So is has to be connected there. 25. The team trained rigorously dash they hope to improve their performance. Okay, why do they train rigorously? Because it will fit better, not but, so, although. No, no. The team trained rigorously because they hope to improve their performance. 26. I have never seen such an impressive fireworks display. It's just a straight statement, a straight sentence. I've never seen such, and why is it? Why not it? Why not such impressive? Because this is a vowel. Okay. When the next word begins with a vowel, you have to have the consonant here. So I've never seen such an impressive fireworks display. You have to have an rather, an and. So I've never seen such an impressive fireworks display. If it was like a consonant that is here, that was here, then your conjoining word here will be a vowel. Right? Good. Question 27. To qualify for the scholarship, students must submit their application no later than May 1st, dash the deadline. That is the deadline, which is correct. So, which is the deadline? May 1st is the deadline. Non-restrictive clause. 28. The presentation was effective because it used clear visuals and concise explanation that enhance audience understanding. Is it which, that, whom? It's not either of these two, between A and B. So which enhanced audience understanding. The presentation was effective. It used clear visuals and concise explanation which enhanced audience understanding. 29. The volunteers distributed food and blankets to the families now. We saw a question on this a while ago. Now, and I explained that when you see, when it is humanized, or when the question talks about an humanized entity, you use who or who, depending on the nature of the question. So the volunteers distributed food and blankets to the families. Whom? You won't be using that, which, or whose. You use whom, because now this is humanized. You're talking about people. So whom the storm had displaced. And then question 30. The professor advised that the students dash their papers early. You have submit, submitted, submitting, submits. Okay, this is in the subjunctive. It's a subjunctive mode, and that would be submit. Let's see what I said. Subjunctive moved after advice that your base verb would be submit. Yes, so the professor advised that the students submit their papers early. Question 31. The scientists hypothesized that increasing temperature dash the rate of the reaction. Like from the hypothesis from the word hypothesis. So increasing temperature would what? Would slow the rate of reaction. Definitely not correct. Okay, would slow. Yeah, that's correct. Would slow the rate of the reaction. It's a conditional statement right there. So would it not, or would it? So it would slow the rate of the reaction. Conditional is a correct sentence, would slow. And then 32. Many consumers prefer online shopping because of its convenience. That's option B. Question 33. The manager insisted that every employee dash the new safety guidelines. Follows, follow, following is following. Correct option will be follow the new safety guideline. And then there's a little explanation. Let's see. It says Subjunctive mood after insisted, use base verb follow. Okay. The garden was filled with roses, tulips, and daffodils, all of which were in full bloom. Yeah, which all of which were in full bloom. That's the correct option. Not all of them were in full bloom. All of which. Now, which makes each of them stand out as a singular item. All of which were in full bloom. Question 35. The committee has reached its decision. Dash announcement will be made tomorrow. Now, is it its, also it's there. Now, the committee, its decision, the decision is possessive to the committee. So whenever you are using or whenever you are talking about possessive statement, you use it without the uh, punctuation. Okay, so you use it. So the committee has reached its decision. Uh, it's a possessive word. Its announcement will be made tomorrow. So the correct one will be B, not A. Then 36. She not only enjoys painting, dash also teaching art to children. She not only enjoys painting, but also enjoys teaching art to children. Yes, but also. You can't say but she also because there's already a she here. It's still the same person throughout the sentence. So but is simple and keeps the relevance of the sentence. Question 37. The author argues that storytelling plays a vital role in preserving culture. Plays, not play, plays a vital role in preserving culture. And then 38. The software update fixes several bugs, improve performances, and dash new features. Adding adds had added. So the updates that was made to the software brought in a number of new features. So added new features. Added would be the correct word. 39. The hikers reached the summit sooner than the dash expected. Hard. We got there sooner than we had expected. They got there sooner than they had expected. So past perfect for earlier action. Had. Yeah. So the hikers reached the summit sooner than they had expected. You would say have expected or has because it's in the past tense and it's a past perfect tense. Question 40. Despite dash tired, the team continued working until midnight. Despite being tired. Despite to be tired. No. Despite is tired. No. So despite being tired, the team continued working until the midnight. Now, are you enjoying this? I want to continue seeing more of this. Make sure you're subscribed, okay? And hit the notification bell so that when we release updates to some of these questions, you will be notified and you can return to study more. You can also use our apps definitely to practice some of these questions for free as you boost your understanding of the SAT style of English examination. Question 41. Before applying the paint, the artist carefully dash the surface. Okay, so before you paint anywhere, you're supposed to what? Let's clean the surface. So, excuse me, cleaned the surface. Before applying the paint, the artist carefully cleaned the surface, not cleans or cleaning or clean. So because this is in a past tense, in fact, it's a reported speech. Someone is reporting to another person, a third person. So the artist carefully cleaned the surface. So 42. The lecture was not only informative but also entertaining. Yes, but also entertaining. You can't say but because but breaks the line of the statement. If you said the lecture was not only informative but entertaining, it breaks it because you can see from the theme of the statement that the speaker right here is explaining or is stating the same facts about a singular thing. So, and what's the singular thing? The lecture. It says the lecture was not only informative, in fact, it was educative. It also had something, and that was it was entertaining. So, also joins the both together, but also entertaining. Then 43, either the teachers or the principal that's responsible for approving the new policy. We already seen something like this before. I said the verb will always agree to the nearest subject or the nearer subject. Now we have two subjects here, teachers, principal. So what's the nearest subject to the verb? Principal. And principal is in the singular. So the verb will be in the singular. So either the teacher nor the no, either the teachers or the principal is responsible for approving the policy. So is. Okay, 44. The author's new novel is longer than dash previous works than her previous works. Definitely, the subject is a female here. So the author's new novel is longer than her previous works. 45. The orchestra performed the symphony with precision and words. Okay, these are like adjectives. Okay, precision and is it beautifully? No, beautifully. It's not beautiful. That's like an adverb. So precision and grace. Precision and grace. You know, it can also function as a noun here. Precision, grace. So the orchestra performed the symphony with precision. Let's see if I had made a little explanation. Parallel structure, yes. Precision, grace. There's no ly behind precision or ing, so there shouldn't be in the continuing part of the statement. Okay, 46. Because of the rain, the soccer match was postponed until the field could dry. Not so the field could dry. Almost fits, but no, until. So that means what that tells us is that they waited. Once the field began to dry, the match began. So because of the rain, the soccer match was postponed until the field would dry. Yes. So 47. The museum curator organized the exhibits into a chronological sequence. A chronological sequence. Chronological will mean uh, based on maybe facts. He outlined them based on facts. It could also be based on years. It could be based on events or occurrences. So the museum curator organized the exhibit into a chronological sequence. Into would be the correct option. 48. The athletes trained every day. We have in order achieve peak performance. Definitely not. In order to, in order to achieve. That's what he was looking at. His expectancy. Okay. The athletes train every day in order to achieve peak performance. Option B. And then 49, the company expanded its services in response to dash demand. Increased demand. Yes, so he expanded its services. Why? Because there's an increased demand. You know, increased demand will lead to increased supply. Okay, so that's C. Past action, increased demand. Okay, 50. The engineer explained the new system clearly, ensuring that everyone dash understood it. Past participle. Had. understood it. The engineer explained the new system clearly, ensuring that everyone had understood it. Past participle. 51. The, the chef prepared a menu that featured dishes from various regions, each with its possessive, okay, its distinct flavors. It's in possessive, so that will be A, its distinct flavors. 52. The scientists' research revealed new findings dash could change the field significantly. The scientists' research revealed new findings. They could change the field? No. Which could change the field? Yes. Not that they could, no, not whom could, because it's not humanized. Findings is not humanized. So which is correct? Which could change the field significantly? And then question 53. The students were eager to learn, so the teachers created an engaging lesson plan that dashed their curiosity. This also in the past. Okay, so it's a reported speech. The students were eager to learn, so the teacher created an engaging lesson plan that sparked, not sparks because it's not an ongoing action. Okay, not sparking. So sparked, it's in the past. It's being reported that sparked their curiosity. 54, as we get ready, as we wind down, a high quality telescope allows astronomers to observe celestial objects that would otherwise remain unseen. This one will be unseen. That would have otherwise, or that would otherwise remain unseen. Not unseen, unseen. It's a straightforward one, right? 55. The community center offers several programs designed to help students develop academic skills and dash their confidence, raise raise their confidence. The community center offers several programs designed to help students develop academic skill and raise or boost their confidence. Option C. Question 56. The film was both visually stunning and dash moving. The film was both visually stunning and dash moving. Emotion moving? No. Emotionally moving? Yes. Visually stunning. Emotionally moving. Parallel structure. Alright. So make sure that both sides of the sentence are always balanced. You can't say visually stunning and emotion moving. No. Visually stunning and emotionally moving. So it was appealing to the eye and appealing to the heart. Makes sense. So emotionally moving. Right, correct. Now, 57. By the time the guests arrived, the host dashed all the decorations. By the time the guests arrived, the host had arranged all the decorations, has arranged past participle. This has happened in the past and it's been reported. By the time the guests arrived, the host had arranged, was done, completed with all the decorations. So had arranged would be the correct one. And then 58. The museum exhibits showcased artwork by women artists. Dash contributions have often been overlooked. The museum exhibit showcased artwork by women artists whose whose contributions have often been overlooked. Whose possessive. Question 59. Many students find that studying with a group helps them to understand complex materials more dash. Effective, effectiveness, effects. No, effectively. it fits and answers the question properly or correctly. And then the last one, question 60. The athlete's training regimen included strength exercises, cardio workouts, and dash. Now, this is a parallel structure kind of a statement or a sentence. Why? You can see strength exercises, cardio workouts. What will be here? Definitely won't be stretching because then you break the sentence. That's to rhyme. And flexibility training. Strength exercises, cardio workouts, and flexibility training. So that's correct. So with that, we come to the top 60 questions that is likely to show up in your SAT English exams for the next few months or up to the next few years. Make sure you study them carefully. You can go over this video several times. You can also use our app whose link you find the link in the description to connect to thousands of past questions, okay, on the SAT assessment test and study as you prepare yourself for your oncoming exam. It's possible to have a perfect score, even though it's just for 1%, but it's still possible. Make sure you are subscribed and let us know in the comment section what you think about this video. You can also view the playlist to see other videos we've made on this SAT test as you prepare yourself for both the maths and the English section of the assessment. See you in the next one.